Hi everyone, it's me, Diana, the Doll Fairy. Hang on a minute, what? I'm the Doll Fairy. Mirai? Is that you? I thought so. It looks like Mirai is cosplaying as me. Well, actually, yes, Mirai is cosplaying as the Doll Fairy, and I put together this Doll Fairy outfit for AnimeNYC last November. It was my second time attending AnimeNYC, where I was able to hang out a bit with Danny Choo, the creator of Mirai Suenaga, Smart Doll, and the Culture Japan brand. I decided that this time, I wanted to do something really special. I would dress up my Mirai as me, and I would dress up as Mirai. This video is the first in a 3-part series featuring the making of Mirai's Doll Fairy cosplay, my Mirai cosplay, and finally, my much overdue AnimeNYC vlog. Today, we're going to put together this shimmery brocade Wa-Loli dress using RequiemArt's pattern for Smart Dolls, and also create a pair of ethereal Gladiator Sandals to go along with it. If you're interested in making a similar garment for your Smart Doll, or your Monster High or Ever After High doll, you can visit RequiemArt.com, link in description, to purchase the pattern in various sizes. I used the petite slimline pattern for the original Doll Fairy dress way back when, so when I saw that she had created the pattern in Smart Doll size, I immediately had this idea to make a Doll Fairy dress for Mirai since I still had the brocade fabric that I used for the original. The instructions that come with the pattern are pretty thorough and easy to follow, so as always, I highly recommend all of her patterns. The first thing I did was to cut out all of the pattern pieces and then use fray block on all of the edges. This was a lot of work, but I learned from using this fabric on the original dress that it frays like crazy, so this was entirely necessary. Then I followed all of the instructions to assemble the pieces. I'm not going to go into too much detail about that process, since obviously I didn't figure that out myself, and you can simply go to purchase the pattern yourself if you're interested in making it too. As you may know if you watch a lot of my videos, I've stuck with hand sewing for a while simply because I've been intimidated by the sewing machine. This project, which remember I worked on back in the fall of 2019, was one where I used a sewing machine almost exclusively and finally got more comfortable using it. This was kind of a level up for me. So first you saw me stitching together the top part of the dress minus the sleeves, and here you can see that I made another identical piece in some white cotton. That's for the inside layer, which will go underneath the main garment and help prevent any staining. Next, I'm attaching the collar pieces. This light blue satin will be the collar that will peek out from inside, so it will be stitched onto the white layer. The brocade collar will of course go on the main bodice. Oh boy, now it's time to deal with the organza. This iridescent fabric is also really difficult to work with, and once again the fray block is really essential. There are 3 long strips of this fabric, which will comprise the ruffles on the ends of the sleeves and the skirt. I'm folding the ruffle in half, stitching down the edge, and then I will gather the ruffles, trying to keep them even and pretty. After I stitch the ruffle onto the end of the sleeve piece, I also top stitch along the edge so it falls better. When the sleeves are ready, I follow the markings on the pattern to sew the shoulder seams. The white underdress doesn't have sleeves, so I just hem the shoulders. For the top part of the dress, the next step is to sew up the sleeves and the sides of the garment before moving on to the skirt. Here's our very long skirt piece. First, I'm attaching the ruffle. Then I top stitch like I did for the sleeve edges. Now for an extra layer of lace at the bottom, just like the original Doll Fairy dress has. I have this really beautiful lace with a subtle aurora sheen. I'm sewing it onto the bottom of the white underdress so that it will peek out underneath and add more volume and ruffliness to the overall dress. After ironing, I stitch along the top of the underskirt and then gather it up before attaching it to the bodice. And now we do the same for the main skirt. Now that the dress and underdress are done, I'm making the obi with a layer of turquoise green satin and a layer of white cotton on the underside. The original Doll Fairy dress has some mint green ribbon on the edges of the obi, but for this version I decided to use this mint lace that I really adore. And the obi is looking very nice. I put the dress on Mirai so that I can gauge exactly where to sew on the snaps on the obi. I hem the edges and then use a needle and thread to attach the snaps. And the dress is all done. It's really pretty. Next, I'm going to make some sandals with faux leather, craft foam, and ribbon. First, I made a paper pattern for the sole of the shoe by sketching it out and adjusting it to look good on the foot. I spent a little while brainstorming this style. I'm going to use both of these very narrow turquoise ribbons and gold faux leather ribbon. Basically, I made this sole 3 layers. 1 layer of craft foam sandwiched between 2 layers of gold faux leather. I cut out pieces of the foam to make room for gluing thin strips of the faux leather to go over the toes and a loop behind the ankle. For the heel, I used another layer of foam with another layer of the leather. I simply used fast grab tacky glue to put it all together. When gluing it all in place, I also glued in the ribbons crisscrossing the foot, which means I had to keep slipping on the sandal to the doll's foot to make sure that the ribbons were the right length and at a good angle. I sewed a snap button to the top loop of the sandal, which will go around Mirai's ankle. I also glued in a long piece of the ribbon that will be crisscrossed around her calves and end in a bow at the top. The final detail in this outfit is to make a Doll Fairy crystal heart necklace for Mirai to wear. If you would like one of these for your smart doll, these are available to buy at thedollfairy.com for only $7 each. Now, I never took any really good photos of Mirai in this outfit when I went to the convention. So a few months later was when I finally decided to dress her up again and do a proper photo shoot for her in her Doll Fairy cosplay. She didn't wear the Kizuna wig when we went to AnimeNYC, but I think this wig is so adorable on her and goes really well with the outfit. Did you enjoy seeing me make an outfit for my Smart Doll? I am hoping to do more Smart Doll videos in the future of my channel. Leave me a comment below to let me know what you think about seeing more Smart Doll content here on the Doll Fairy. In the next video of this series, I will show you how I made my cosplay of Mirai Suenaga to wear to AnimeNYC. And then once both Mirai and I both have our outfits ready to go, it'll be time to take you along to explore the convention. I want to take a moment to extend a huge thank you to my wonderful Patreon supporters. Their support makes all of this doll magic possible. If you're interested in supporting the Doll Fairy and seeing bonus content, check out the link in the description below to check out my Patreon page. I'd also like to remind you that the Doll Fairy now has an official shop with apparel, accessories, charms, stickers, and lots of cool stuff for sale. I designed all of the merch on thedollfairy.com, so head over to check it out and sign up for the email list to find out the inside scoop about upcoming sales and events. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be seeing you all again very soon for more doll magic. Bye!